moved it around on me. So they have all the dog food stuff over here. See what kind of dog food they have. I'm seeing a lot of Old Roy over here and Pedigree. But honestly, I don't know if it's this Walmart, but it's really not many choices, really. Tell you what, guys, we're gonna start with the foods they have here in the aisle. Let's just see which of these three is the better one, and then we'll jump in as to what the best kibble I think I'm able to find in this Walmart. Right now, right here in front of me, I have Pedigree Adult 100% complete and balanced food for adult dogs. No high fructose, no artificial flavors, no added sugars. It says grilled steak and vegetable flavor. Usually when I hear flavor, I get a little scared, man. 44-pound bag. Let me go ahead and turn it over. Now let's see what we got. We have 21% crude protein, 10% crude fat, 4% fiber, 12% moisture. We have a little zinc, vitamin E, phosphorus, calcium up in there. Ingredients. This is what makes or breaks you. Ground whole grain corn, not good. Meat and bone meal, soybean meal, animal fat, source of omega-6 fatty acids, corn protein meal, ground whole grain wheat, natural flavor, dried plain beet pulp, salt, potassium. Guys, basically, except for that meat and bone meal, which is second on the list, you see ground whole grain corn as number one, and you see corn protein meal again. So basically, this is a bag of flour. That's what we're looking at right here, and that goes for $26.98, 44 pounds. This is made by Mars, same candy maker.
You can't get any better.
But you can get a little different.
Mars Bar.
And now Mars Bar with almonds.
A lot of people have had serious comments about these candy makers now making dog food. Yeah, it says enriched with omega-6 fatty acid and zinc. I see omega-6s here, but they're not necessarily up here giving me a percentage or anything like that. So all in all, this wouldn't be something I'd be feeding my dogs. I will tell you, however, I've come across some very good breeders that claim that this is what they feed and it's working out for them. I wouldn't feed it simply because I don't feed anything that has corn, wheat, or soy in it. This has both corn and soybean within the first three ingredients. So yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on this one. All right, so next up, we got Purina Dog Chow, man. Since 1926, 44-pound bag at $28.88. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn over this bag. Let's see nutritionally what it is that it has to offer. This as well says complete adult beef flavor, right? 100% complete and balanced for adult dogs. Support healthy skin and coat, packed with vitamins and minerals, antioxidants, but antioxidants to support immune. All right, let's flip this over. Oh, right off the bat, I'm not liking this coloration right here. You can barely see it. I'm not sure if they are doing this on purpose or not, but I could tell you this bag has 21% crude protein, 10 crude fat, 4.5% fiber, 12% moisture. So very similar to the bag we just reviewed. Now, as far as ingredients are concerned, we got whole grain corn, same as over there, chicken byproduct meal. You see, when you read that chicken byproduct meal, no, it's not the meat or the skin, it's the feather, the beak, the nails. Corn gluten meal, beef fat preserved with mixed tocopherols, meat and bone meal, way down there, soybean meal, ground rice, egg, chicken flavor, Yeah, guys. Again, I mean, it says 23 grams of protein per cup. Always crafted in the U.S. That's great. Antioxidants for immune health. I wouldn't necessarily be feeding this to one of my dogs as well. Again, starting out with corn, main ingredient. Then it goes into a chicken byproduct meal. Then corn gluten meal. It's a lot of meals, man, and nothing in particular. So again, this will be the next one I'll probably pass on. All right, guys, this is the last one that we have on the middle of the aisle. So again, we're looking at a 44-pound bag, right? Purina Dog Chow, complete adult, always crafted in the U.S. Complete adult chicken flavor. Says 100% complete and balanced for adult dogs, supports health and skin. Packed with 23 vitamins and minerals, antioxidants to support immune health. Let's flip it over and let's see what it has. Guys, I decided to go ahead and spare you. It basically has the same percentages and same ingredients as the other two bags. The bag I'm seeing here is Old Roy, right? So this 46-pound bag going for $24.73. Either one, actually, regardless of flavor. So let's go ahead and flip it over and let's see what ingredients are in there. All right, so Old Roy is going to be a little slick. They're going to put it on the side of the bag. You got crude protein, 21%, crude fat, 10%, crude fiber, 4%, moisture, 12%. You have your linoleic acid at 1.5, calcium 1.2, phosphorus 1, and then vitamin A, 10,000 IUs per kilogram. When you look at ingredients, you're looking at whole grain corn, meat and bone meal, soybean meal, animal fat preserve with BHA and citric acid, corn gluten meal. So a lot of corn, guys. A lot of corn. Then, you know, natural flavors, salt, potassium chloride, natural T-bone steak flavor. Makes it really hard for me to recommend that particular brand, to be honest with you. Let me see if I can find something that's a little better. So as I'm looking around, I find this particular brand. It's called Whole Health Blend Real Beef Pea and Brown Rice Recipe. Got a bag right up here, and first ingredient is beef, then followed by beef meal, soybean meal, whole corn, grain sorghum, dried peas, chicken fat preserved with mixed tocopherols. Compared to everything else we've seen here so far, this is turning out to be probably the best. Crude protein 25%, 13% crude fat, 4% crude fiber, 10% moisture. Now here's the issue. 28-pound bag, 41.88, right? 41.88. So if you go with a 40-pound bag, you're looking at 55. So in all honesty, I don't see this brand beating out Wholehearted, which is the one kibble I use from Tractor Supply when I do use kibble. But nonetheless, let me see if I can find something that's better than this and also giving you more value. So we came across this brand right here, Wild and Free Salmon and Pea Recipe. Seems a little pricey, but I turned it over and looked at the ingredients. It starts out with salmon meal, dried peas, potatoes, sweet potatoes, poultry fat preserved with mixed tocopherols, fish meal, dried yeast. Actually, not the shabbiest. If you look at the percentages, you got 24% crude protein, 15% crude fat, 5% crude fiber, 10% moisture. This, so far, I think is doing pretty decent. Here's the issue, right? There's always an issue. 11 pounds for 17. You do get the 24-pound bag for 38. So meaning if you wanted a 44-pound bag or something similar, you would have to be ready to pay upwards to $70, right? To be able to feed that. So even though I think the ingredients are actually not that shabby, I feel like the price is definitely way up there. Now this one I'm going to do a little differently. I'm just going to read the ingredients first. We got deboned chicken, chicken meal, dried chicken, oatmeal, barley, brown rice, dried tomato pomace, salmon meal, source of omega-3 fatty acids. So ingredient wise, I would say this is probably the best. We got percentages of 34% crude protein, 15% crude fat, 6% fiber, and 10% moisture. So far I think this is probably the best. This is none other than Blue Wilderness with chicken and antioxidant rich life source bits adult. Here's the issue: $67 for a 24-pound bag. Like, yeah, makes it pretty prohibitive if you think about it. Let me see if I can find something else here. We're reviewing next Pure Balanced Grain-Free Chicken and Pea recipe. It says dog food for all dog life stages. So ingredient-wise, chicken. Look at that. That's pretty good. Chicken meal. Dried peas, potatoes, pea starch, then poultry fat. Mixed with tocopherols, egg product, dried yeast. So it goes downhill after the first two products, basically. Percentage-wise, we've got 27% crude protein, 16% fat, 5% fiber, 10% moisture. Not the shabbiest, not the best, but check this out. 24-pound bag, $34.92. They actually have a 30-pound bag for $41.68. So even though I'm not advocating necessarily for it, it's a better price than that last one we just checked out. Let me show you guys something. Guys, check this out, man. $5.72 for a 10-pound bag of chicken quarters, right? There's more chicken in this one $5.72 bag than you're paying in that kibble bag we were just looking at, priced at 60 some odd dollars, or even 40 some odd dollars. Check this out, guys. Bag of potatoes, $5.24. So between one bag of chicken quarters and one bag of potatoes, you're looking at roughly $11, depending the size of your dog. If you're looking at a small dog, you pretty much are feeding them for a week. Instead of buying that expensive kibble, all you got to do is bake your potatoes, and you could either grind the raw chicken or, you know, cook it. Up to you how you want to do it. Now there is one other thing that you must add in order to make this meal complete. It's worth the equivalent of 2 is what I'm being told. And so we're just going to go ahead and randomly throw them in there, and we're going to mix it up for all of them. And all this is joint support, whereas the green bottle is more for a multivitamin, serves more as a multivitamin. So yeah, guys, unfortunately Walmart's not the best place to come buy dog food, in my opinion, but if you're buying that raw chicken, that's a whole different story. It'll put Walmart all the way at the top. Either way, guys, I hope you've liked this presentation. It's been Rolf in the Q, catching you on the next one.